Today I am reacting to Cimo's top 30 most expensive Yu-Gi-Oh cards while I was live on Twitch. Alright, here we go. Yeah, we got the Cimo. First of all, like the video, everybody.
There's like this rumor that's gone about that I have this vault underground of
he does.
Every rare
Look, okay, no matter what he says after this, he's lying. He has a vault. I've seen it.
I like to only keep really the cards that I use like the most frequently because everything else is just excess. So it's as of December 30th, I believe. So the prices are obviously subject to change. I lied a little bit. I said it's my 30 most expensive and rarest cards. It's actually 31. And the reason I chose 31...
Cimo liar confirmed.
The number 31 card is actually a turbo pack copy of Black Whirlwind. Now, you're probably wondering how I got this, considering I never even played Blackwing.
You guys think that Cimo's built a physical Blackwing? Like, he should at least build the Edison deck, right? He's got to have a physical deck. I don't know if he does or not.
Prior to the progression series, if my memory serves correctly, I think I acquired this out of a collection that someone who lived here in town was just quitting and they wanted to sell everything off.
That's sweet.
And this was years ago. I mean, this had to have been, I think, when I started YouTube, if that gives you any idea. Number 30 is actually a card that a lot of you might be fond of if you've played during GX format, or even like beyond that, of course. I actually picked this up from a collection.
I got one of these at
the game because
a recent tournament. I traded for one.
I never recall actually purchasing a copy of this, and you can see it's not like in perfect condition. Sticking with GX, as a matter of fact, we're going to be moving on to number 29.
Pot of Avarice is a good one,
and this has to be one of my favorite cards ever, just because of how pretty this card looks. We have a first edition.
Oh yeah, I have one of these. Wait. It's pretty close to near mint. Not gonna lie.
I actually believe
this is a great card.
Up from Mr. Ruxin34, as a matter of fact. I think he acquired it in a collection a while ago.
I sold him this? Wait, what?
This is a card I'm super happy to own. This is a turbo pack copy of Foolish Burial.
Yeah, this one's big.
Way back, I think it was pre-Duelist Alliance format. I think it's when we knew that Shaddoll and Burning Abyss were going to be like some of the best contenders of the format. I actually just remembered, I'm not even discussing the prices of some of these cards. Let me quickly go back. So Pot of Avarice Ultimate Rare goes for about $200 US, and the Sacred Phoenix of Nephthys goes for also about $200 US. So those are about the
I think that's actually a little low for that.
Turbo Pack Foolish Burial.
I think it's probably more like $300 for that
card. These go for about $200 US.
That'd be near mint. That one's maybe like
pre-DUEA format just because I really wanted to have it, and it's just such a gorgeous card. We have an Ultimate Rare from Astral Pack, as a matter of fact. This is a Ultimate Rare Pot of Duality.
Pot of Awesome.
Pot of Duality Ultimate Rare actually clocks in at 200.
You know what would have been fun? I shouldn't have told Cimo's prices were good. We should have let him pick his prices and then price checked him on every single one. We're like, all right, how right were you on this?
This is Ultimate Rare Tour Guide from the Underworld. This is from my small stint of playability when I played BA during the Duelist Alliance format.
I think these are like $275.
I'm a sucker for Ultimate Rares, man. What else can you say? This card clocks in at about $205 US as well, similar to the pot.
205? Okay, so he used the unverified sale. So if I did guess that price, it'd be at 225 because I always don't do the people with like 10 sales. So I would have it at 225. Okay, those have actually gone down, which is sweet.
And this card, for all you retro lovers out there, you're going to love this one. We have ourselves a Champion Pack copy of Smashing Ground. Now, this should come as no surprise for all you who know that I love playing older formats.
Even like mod play, I sold one of these for like 150, 175.
People don't realize that back in the day who didn't play old Yu-Gi-Oh, it was very hard to find unconditional removal. And this still has a condition.
Yeah, this card's great.
Oh, I keep forgetting the prices. So Champion Pack Smashing Ground comes in about $210 US. First edition Ultimate Rare copy of Forbidden Chalice. Let's get this out of the sleeve.
This one has nice texture.
Probably from like the last time I actually played this card. Look at the texture and the foiling on detail in the texturing.
Raging Battle is a banger set, guys.
I first picked up these chalices.
It really is.
But this is just such a gorgeous card. The artwork, the foiling. It's a useful card, too. I love this card to pieces. We're going to be moving on to a new rarity in Starlight Rare. And a lot of you are Starlight fans. And the first one we have is a Starlight Rare copy of Awesome.
Oh, I have one of these for sale. If anybody wants to buy one, check out my TCG player or hit me up directly on Instagram because I have one of these available. It's like 200-something bucks.
This was actually a wedding present, as a matter of fact, from Mr. E3 Yu-Gi-Oh! And that is a first edition Blackluster Soldier Envoy of the Beginning.
Oh, wow. All right, Cimo, Mr. Cimo, you got to get a new sleeve for this, man. This sleeve makes the card look like it's like in mod play condition. Whoa, okay, never mind. It's not in good condition. All right.
So it's funny that it even has like this crease here too, like the sentimental value behind it. So obviously this one, if it was like a near mint first edition pristine copy of it, this would be going in the neighborhood of like $290.
What? This is cheating, Cimo. This is not near mint. To be fair, he did 31 cards, so we could move this one out if we wanted to.
Starlight rares, as a matter of fact. We have another Ignition Assault Starlight. These are all sort of in the same price point. But there is a Lightning Storm. And I know
this was our best investment of 2022. No, actually, the second best. We only lost $8 on this card.
From last time, I need to take this out because
I still have this card because we invested in it.
Look at that gorgeous card. Gorgeous. I remember when Lightning Storm first came out, everyone was losing their shit that this card was going to ruin Yu-Gi-Oh because of like how powerful this is. Oh boy, if we're talking about sexy ultimate rares, this has got to be up there. This is a first edition.
That's what we're here for, Cimo.
Strike of Neos, DD Crow.
Now we're talking.
Rare. Look at this.
This is a nice one.
They don't make the ultis anymore with the foiling like this. Like I love when it has that shimmering shadow foil effect. There are a few ultis I think in here that have this, but man,
this card. One day we're gonna pull this. It's a freaking rare ulti, and we can't pull it. It's a rare.
Ultimate rare, Allure of Darkness. A lot of people hate
I got one of these off Cimo, actually.
It's so dark and like it's hard to see.
Yeah, he sold me one of these.
Light. I also have a fondness for the Yu-Gi-Oh cards that put Yu-Gi-Oh cards in the artwork. For whatever reason, I just love when they do that. I feel it's like sort of meta. Oh man, we're keeping with the retro. Honestly, all the Monarchs look good.
Dude, I used to. Do you guys remember when we pulled some of these?
Just look at this card. This card is absolutely gorgeous. Look at the just shimmer on the armor. Like this card is incredible.
Turbo top right corner. Yeah, but it's just cut like that. It's actually not damaged. I think it was just cut like that.
Maybe one of the most expensive Turbo Pack cards that's actually in circulation right now, but this card is just absolutely stunning. You
this card's like 300, I think,
copy of one of these for $350
now.
Again, if you want to play old formats, this is a card that, like I said, it surprised me. It's the first trap card of the entire list, as a matter of fact. There's only a couple traps, I believe, and it is
Ruxin
Deck
34?
Devastation Virus.
Yeah, this card's crazy. Did you guys see? I traded this toward my Minerva this year. I traded one of these. They were like 400. I sold one and then I traded one. It's a pretty exciting card. I'm hyped about it.
We're talking about texturing on the ultimate rares. This card is just stunning. And I'm shocked that this card apparently clocks in at $375 if you wanted to pick one up today.
This ain't near mint though.
Play first edition sold recently for about $250.
Yeah,
but you can't find that price anymore on the open market. At least at the time of me finding
it's not available.
This is just incredible. I'm shocked that this made the list, but it's still a just beautiful card to look at.
It's expensive.
I just realized that I skipped a card because
where's the back?
It's singled out for the reason that it's in a slab, as a matter of fact. The first slab card
United We Stand
on here, so I unfortunately can't take it out of the
He asked me to look this one up specifically.
This is United We Stand Blue from the giveaway that Konami did during COVID. So there are only like 300 of these supposedly in circulation. I think it might be per region. All right, going back to non-slabbed cards, we have another Starlight, as a matter of fact, and I think this one is probably maybe one of the best Starlight rares ever printed, at least in terms of monsters. And that is, it's actually still double sleeve because I never took it out from when
Dark the Dark Charmer.
Dark the Dark Charmer Gloomy. Let me see if I can get this out of here because we all know how much.
Okay, I got a funny story about one of these. If you follow me on Instagram, you know I was trying to sell one of these for a while. So I was posting it, and the way I post my stuff on Instagram, I take a picture of it, post it on there. But then you can go to your archives and repost a story. So I do that a lot. If I haven't sold something, I go back to my archives and I repost it. So I pop it back up. I had this Dark the Dark Charmer up for, it was a couple weeks, so it wasn't selling like that fast because it's like a $500 card or whatever. So one guy's like, hey, yeah, I'm really interested in buying this Dark the Dark Charmer. I'm like, cool, yeah, let's do it, man. And I come back and I start looking for it. I'm like, where's this card?
This is a first edition ultra rare copy of Solemn Judgment.
Judgment goes for a lot.
Or as minty as you can find.
It's expensive.
Nowadays. I mean,
hey, speaking of Solemn Judgment, if you would like to buy a Solemn Judgment PSA 10, feel free to contact me at Ruxin on Twitter, Instagram, email rodneyruxin34@gmail.com.
Taking a step back to our Starlight rares, as a matter of fact, and I think, I'm going to double check my pile here, I think this is actually the last one of these, and it is, as a matter of fact. It's the last Xyz monster. Actually, is this the first Xyz monster? I don't think we had an Xyz monster in the whole thing. No, okay, so this is the first.
This is Zeus. It's Zeus Starlight. What else could it be? It's got to be Zeus.
Monster in the entire list. And you might know what this is already if you've figured it out, if you know your prices. It is a Starlight rare copy.
Ah, yeah, we're too good.
You can get it for $425 US. This is a first edition Pharaoh's Servant Jinzo. That's right. So you want to know the story behind this? I was randomly at my card shop.
Okay.
I think I was there to pick up. I don't even know if I was picking up Yu-Gi-Oh! I may have been picking up something else entirely. And every time I go, I like to look at the case just to randomly see. But there's a few people who live here who always go through the case and poach it for all the just rare and just valuable cards. But I happen to look, and this Jinzo caught my eye. And I know that there's a few cards in the case that are like rare and expensive, but they're kind of beat up. And I'm like, let me see that Jinzo, if you don't mind, Darian. And he's like, yeah, sure. So I take a look at this. And this has to be one of the most pristine copies of Jinzo I've ever seen in my life. Like, in terms of like the card overall, the edges are clean. The surface is basically clean aside from like the bottom. This has to be one of the cleanest first edition copies of Pharaoh Servant Jinzo I have ever seen in my life. We're about to go even older, ladies and gentlemen. This card is the ultimate engine of destruction. The one and only first edition Seto Kaiba Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Now we're talking, baby.
This guy. Now, I wouldn't say this is like the near mintiest of near mintiest cards, but if you take a look, you'd be hard pressed to find some that are better looking than this. There's like a little bit of like nick there in the corner.
Did I ever tell you guys about how I found one of these for $25? So this was early. This was like I think I was making videos, but I'm not sure. I used to drive from Tennessee to Arkansas to go to college. So it was basically my first year getting into Yu-Gi-Oh! So it might have been before I actually had a YouTube channel. I saw someone that was on the way. So they weren't close to me, but they were on the way between Tennessee and Arkansas. So like I would drive right by them. They had what appeared to be like some starter deck stuff and stuff like that. I saw they had a Blue Eyes in there, but that was the only thing I saw. I didn't see anything else. And they wanted like $25 or $20. They just had it in like this bag. It was like a plastic bag and like just cards everywhere and stuff. And they were like, yeah, we just want $20 or whatever. And I was like, here you go. I gave them the 20. I got my car. I open it up. Blue Eyes White Dragon, first edition. The thing was near mint. Near mint. It was better condition than this one.
Blue Eyes White Dragon, one of my favorite cards of all time. If you want it like first edition near mint like this with the original art from Starter Deck Kaiba, you're looking at almost $500. What I was seeing online is about $475 to $480. We have a champion pack version of
this is 500.
Of Faith. One of the
These have been 500 for a while.
Versions of this card for all of the GOAT players.
I have a 10 of this, and I have 2 Raws. That we pulled 4 of them. I sold one.
This has to be one of the 9. I sold it. Magician of Faith I have ever seen in my life.
This is in great shape
for this one. I'm pretty sure Pack, as a matter of fact, hooked me up with
these. Are really clean,
and this is just an absolutely stunning card. I mean, look at this. This
a little bit of like
gorgeous. If you want one of these,
scuffing, that looks like Pack scuffing.
$500 US. Moving on now to another ultimate rare, and I believe, is this the last? No, this is not the last ultimate rare, not by far. This is a first edition ultimate rare Stardust Dragon.
I just sold one of these.
A lot of people immediately in the comments who know
I think it was like 700.
Like, the ghost rare. I hate ghost rares, and you guys can fight in the comments over.
Keep their name out of your mouth. You cannot tell me this card does not look great. We're going to have a Cimo versus Ruxin boxing match in the honor of Ghost Rares.
I will admit, Stardust Dragon, it's not like the most stunning ultimate rare. I think they like kind of went a little bit overboard, if I'm going to be honest. I think there's a few better.
Come on, man. First you trash Ghost, then you trash this?
If you want a copy of this first edition near mint, this is going to run you $540 US. Obviously, the Ghost Rare is still going to be more expensive.
Seems cheap, to be honest.
Still be higher rarity, but honestly, I don't care. I'm happy with my first edition ulti, and I wouldn't have it any other way. And continuing on with the ultimate rares, as a matter of fact, which should be no surprise, we have maybe one of the most beautiful ultimate rares of all time, and one of the most useful.
Let's see. Wait. What does he actually think is beautiful? Is it actually going to be beautiful? Or is there going to be some random card? Because he doesn't think that's good. So let's see.
It is a first edition ultimate rare effect veiler. This card is phenomenal. Yeah. It is powerful. Nice. And going back to Starlight rare, as a matter of fact, and it shouldn't be a surprise with this Starlight rare, it is a Starlight Pot of Prosperity. This card is just so universally good in so many different decks. Again, like I said before, having access to all the
Starlights,
all the generic,
like, people used to hate on Starlights. They were like, oh, they look fake. They do not look fake. They look awesome, okay?
We have ourselves an ultimate rare first edition Cyber Dragon in English.
Hey! I sold him this one too.
Cyber Dragon in English is especially hard to find ulti first. If you actually look online, there's a lot of like other versions, like Italian and German, and like if you want that, that's perfectly fine. But I just like having my English cards. This card is just stunning, and I want to own a playset of this one day eventually, and hopefully
because this is not near mint. I remember this card. It was like mod. I said mod, but it's probably light play.
This is about, I mean, it's pretty minty. There are like some weird things on this card. Like there's like, I think there's just like a couple of like dirty marks here that could probably just get rubbed off. And there's like a little bit of edge wear like up there, as you can see. But for the most part, the surfaces of this is pretty clean. And I'm pretty sure the back is pretty clean.
Yeah, the back is crazy
just
nice.
A fantastic card. I mean, again, Cyber Dragon's stamp on Yu-Gi-Oh's history as a whole is just so nostalgic. I'm trying to build some like retro decks, which is why I want these in like the highest rarity. And this card is just amazing. Again, another card I never thought I'd actually own, to be honest. So it's just awesome that I actually do get to hold one of these. So this card, if you want it first edition near mint, the most recent one that sold was at the end of September, and it was light play. It was $630.
I sold him that card, that specific one. It was like $275 maybe.
And this one, going back to, well, we're still in GX.
By the way, I'm just kidding. I'm not like salty about it. I think that the price was actually lower when I sold it to him.
First edition Black Rose Dragon. Look how gorgeous this card is. So I actually owned a unlimited version of this. I believe Mr. Ruxin, once again, actually coming in clutch.
What? I just forgot that I sold him that Cyber Dragon.
This card is just stunning. And again, I know a lot of people are partial to the Ghost Rare. And I will say, out of all the Ghost Rares in Yu-Gi-Oh!, I think if there's one I would want to own, a first edition Black Rose Ghost is probably the only one I would probably settle for. But just look at this card. When you drop this card, you know...
He just admitted he liked Black Rose Ghost. Let's go back. Let's hear that again.
I know a lot of people are partial to the Ghost Rare, and I will say, out of all the Ghost Rares in Yu-Gi-Oh!, I think if there's one I would want to own, a first edition Black Rose Ghost is probably the only one I would probably settle for. Black Rose is just a stunning card, especially in all rarities. Like, let's be honest, the artwork on it is just gorgeous altogether. But if you want a first edition,
should have clipped the Cimo part, send it to him.
Dragon, it is going to run you $700. That is the most recent sale as of October.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought the Stardust was around. I think the Stardust should probably be the same price.
2022. So this card's definitely up there for sure. A Starlight triple tactics talent.
This is over 700 now. I sold mine.
Like I said, because it's so universally powerful, and depending on the format, if you want the highest rarity version of this card, it's going to set you back $720.
Golly.
Extremely high price tag, but you know, when you get to these high-end cards, it just gets more and more ridiculous. Move on to number 3.
Oh, we're in the top 3 now.
We're actually going back to Champion Pack, as a matter of fact. Another card I never thought...
Champion Pack. Metamorphosis. Strong chance for that. I'm gonna say Metamorphosis. Book of Moon. That's what it is.
And it is a super rare
I switched it. Dang
Metamorphosis from Champion Pack 1.
This card's gone down a lot. It used to be like 2K.
I obviously like this card because of GOAT format. I also like this card for some of the other formats that are a little bit later, like Reaper format, like T-Hero, Destiny Hero Beatdown, like around that time. Because Meta, that was like the last point before Meta was banned again. And you're able to use Meta with like Destiny Hero Malicious to be able to go into like Ryu Senshi and shit. You can take like
you know what we should be doing? We need to comment about our Cyber Dragon. Where'd you get it from for a steal? What about that? Nice Sidra. Where'd you get it from for a steal?
This
I know this one. I checked the
rare
price
card. I'd actually start seeing a bit of play because of Kashtira, as a matter of fact, and actually has a bit of synergy with that deck. So maybe it'll push the price of this card a little bit higher.
This card's nice.
I did not purchase this on my own will. Mr. John Moore, House of Champs, I believe, hosted a charity tournament it was a stream, I believe, years ago. And I ended up doing a thing with him where I was matching people's donations, and donations were going towards spins in the lottery. And so because I matched so many donations, I ended up getting a lot of the things that were in the raffle as a result. And one of them was this number 89 Diablosis.
That's pretty cool, actually.
That I had ever since that charity.
That sounds fun, actually.
To hold on to it because, I don't know, I think just
I wasn't around back then.
Event. We just wrapped up the ulcerative colitis, Crohn's Colitis Foundation. This is, if I can grab it.
This is number 1
on my desk. An ultimate rare Astral Pack Max C. Yes, I actually do own a playset of Ulti Max Cs that I picked up
Okay, so this is number 1, 2, and 3 because he has 3 of them.
Back in the day when it was still legal, I think I picked up the playset for like $30 to $40 a copy.
It's cool. Yeah.
And now, for whatever reason, Ultimate Rare Max Cs are worth like $850. I don't know. I think it's just like hype. I think it's like the ban list that people think that, oh, this card's eventually going to come back. Beautiful looking Ultimate Rare. Don't get me wrong, but like I wasn't expecting this of all things to be like the most expensive card that I own. And so this is just hilarious.
That's pretty good, guys.